So, in the bottom left corner, in the teal color, I think it is.
It is.
I think the game is on normal speed too. Yes, it looks like. We have someone I'm going to have a difficult time pronouncing. Watzkuh.
Watzkuh. All right. And in the top left-hand corner of our screen, we have the green Zerg player, Dragonei. Or is it Dragonei?
I think it's Dragonei, but maybe that's
Dragonei.
I think that's just me. He's from Spain though, so it's probably like Dragonei or some. I don't know.
Spanish is A-E-I-O-U for vowels. That's like one of the coolest things because Spanish is like, okay, there are 5 vowels. When you see this letter, it's gonna make this sound. Period. It's like, thank you so much.
Oh, it's like
Spain
consistent language rules. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, Korean's even better though. You see the Korean written language? It's completely phonetic. It's so like you just have to learn what each symbol means for each sound,
That's
and
nice.
you can pronounce fucking any Korean word. It's really, really easy. Takes like about like a week or something like that, or a day if you're really savvy.
That's cool. I should do that. I should learn some Korean.
You should totally do it.
Anyhow, we got Dragonei going for. Dragonei going for very early. Well, not very early. He's going for like an 11 pool, which is kind of odd with an Overlord first. And we have well, Kutz is going to Forge Fast Expand. Now, let me just share a little bit more basic information about this tournament. This is a qualifier. It's not a qualifier in the sense that the winner is like automatically qualified to somewhere or like the top 3 or something. It's kind of based off a point system. Like whatever placement these guys get in this tournament will give them a certain amount of points, and after 3 qualifiers, the top 8 players in total over those 3 qualifiers, and a player can play more than 1 qualifier, will be in the Starbow Ladder Cup final, which already has a $400 prize pool.
That's awesome.
So there's no prize money on the line for this event itself. This is just like a qualifying event.
That's cool, man. And then it'll be... Is this like a monthly thing that'll happen? Sort of like qualifiers and then tournament at the end of the month kind of a thing? Or is it a little bit longer than that?
We try to do like a qualifier every other week. Next one won't be until like in August, unfortunately, because end of July is like crammed with the different tournaments for StarCraft 2. And then we're going to have the finals in the middle of August. So. And there is a doodad on this map that I didn't turn off the sound on, and it makes so much noise. I think I can turn that off in-game. Hang on just a second. Enables... Which sounds are those? Interface sound? No, those are the... I'm gonna go sound effects.
Sound effects will cut most
yeah,
sounds. Majority of sounds are sound effects.
Ambient sounds? Environment sounds. Yes, those will go away. Okay, let's see if that helped. Oh, beautiful. Okay, it's gone. Great.
Hooray!
I'm so awesome. So Dragonei's gonna point with... What did I just say? He's gonna poke. He's gonna point with Zerglings. He's gonna make the Zerglings into an arrow saying, I'm gonna go this way.
Yeah, I've just watzkuh is going to be pulling up. I will learn how to say that. I wish I had a pronunciation guy for this shit. And we're pulling in. He's actually pulling these Zerglings away from any sort of poking. But I mean, you know, he already knows what's up. We got a forge and a gateway and all that good stuff out in the front. He's getting his expansion up. And macro hatch. Now, is this a common response to like a forge expand from a Protoss?
Macro hatches are very common in Starbow. You usually try to get him in your natural area though to make a wall off, but I think he tried to hide it, but it failed. Now, if you saw that probe there's no way that probe would have gotten that much scouting information if this was StarCraft 2. First of all, the Zerglings don't gain any speed on creep, and second of all, they stop for like a split second after each attack, kind of like they did in Brood War, and that makes it a lot easier to work your scout in Starbow than it used to be, or especially compared to StarCraft 2.
Now, there's something that I noticed here. Oh, wait, we have a little bit of action? No, we don't. It's 2 Zealots, it's 2 Zerglings. They're going to be chasing each other, not anything to write home about. The Pylon has an ability now? Is that accurate?
Yes, that is true. Give me just a second. Did I go out of my chat? That's really bad. No, there we go. Just want to make sure. Okay, just want to make sure that no one is wondering about something. So I'm kind of adminning this tournament as well. I forgot to tell people, but if anyone is playing that is also listening, I mean, if anyone is playing that is also listening, if you want to report like a result from a game, just report it to Deathblood, and he'll take care of it.
Deathblood, awesome dude.
He is. He's
getting
gonna
shit done.
help. Yeah, he does. He's amazing. You had a question, didn't you?
Yeah. What's this pylon ability? Man?
Oh
That's new,
yes,
isn't it?
That is new. We just had a patch. There's been a lot of new stuff going on. Basically, the Nexus now has a new ability called Safeguard, and if you cast a Safeguard on a pylon, it gets what's called Energize. It basically trades its own shield for to heal up shield of friendly units, kind of like the shield battery did in Brood War.
Oh, cool.
But it's a
Can you do it with buildings too, or units only?
units only, and it's a temporal thing. It only lasts for like 30 seconds or a minute or something. But it's pretty cool because then you can start using offensive pylons again like you did in StarCraft 2, but it's not like super important that you find it and pick it off like it is in StarCraft 2. It's just like a little extra help, a little extra energy.
Cool.
I mean a little extra shield. And units who are being healed up by the pylon can't move. They're immobile as that happens. Ooh, but Kutz is going for a really weird... I don't know, he's going for a little bit of everything. One Dragoon, one Zealot, one Stalker, Zealot leg +1. He's doing the Blizzard build, I guess. Oh, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't. I'm sorry, you can heal up buildings. The guy who
sick.
the guy who built the ability corrected me in chat, so thanks, Franskar.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's actually Franskar's idea, that ability, and we all that's one of the fastest decisions I think we ever made. We just saw the ability, we saw the idea, like this is a good idea. We're gonna go for that right away. Oh, the Stalker's gonna be caught off guard. Is he gonna rift it home? Nexuses can save units now, but I think he's just gonna die or just be a Stalker and just Stalkers don't care. That's crazy.
Yeah, despite the fact that Zergling speed, he can blink all over the place. This is Stalkers are fast. Wow.
They're 3.2, I think. Yeah. And also they have like.
Oh, and he saves the Stalker.
So...
I can't believe that. The Stalker had a story to tell, man. He was just like going over there. It's like, oh yeah, I saw the stuff in the base, and then I ran from like 100 Zerglings, and I made it all the way back home with the 3 health. I'm like, yeah, sure you did. It's like, no, really, I did it. It was awesome.
Nobody's gonna believe them.
Oh, and he ends up just dying in the battle.
That's unfortunate.
Oh man,
What a
this
waste.
is rough. He's got a nice surround on those Zerglings. He's trying to like stay alive here, but holy crap, a lot of Zerglings. I gotta say,
that is a lot of
I love
Zerglings,
that
and
sound.
he's going into Mutalisk from this. So it's a very interesting choice from Dragonei going for Mutalisk Zergling. We don't. I was gonna say we don't see that too often, but we do. But he hasn't played in a while, and it's kind of become the new meta. So it's interesting to see that he goes for it because new players usually tend to go for more Hydra Lurker style. Just gotta respond to a guy that asked me something real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. So he's doing good about keeping tabs on all the bases that are going on, and Vakut seems pretty like locked down to his base. In any case, it's going to be tough for him to break out of here, despite the fact it's only Zerglings. Last time he tried to make a move, he got shut down pretty hard. So it seems like just so much map control for the Zerg right now.
Indeed, and it's going to be very difficult for Protoss to push out here. He's going to need... Okay, he's getting some Corsairs, which is very important because there's Mutalisks on the way, but he has to be so careful with those first Corsairs. He's getting another one, though, which is really good and very important. And Zergling's catching even more Zealots off guard. This is kind of bad for Vakutsk, and he's in a rough spot, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. Just pinned down. Now, you're saying that the Corsair is going to be the key to breaking out of this?
The Corsair is gonna definitely be the key to dealing with the Mutalisks, but he has too few and it might be too late. Like, there's so many Mutas on the way. We have 6 already, there's 5 more, there's like 11 Mutalisks. You're gonna need like at least 3 or 4 Corsairs to deal with that. And you usually need some ground support for them as well, or else you can dart in and snipe them off one by one. They're not like Phoenix where you can just kite forever. The Micro versus the Mutas are a little bit more tricky with Corsairs.
Right. Then the Corsairs have the exact same speed as the Mutas do, so... Very tricky little micro matchup to be dealing with. He does have DTs out on the map. None going directly into the base of his opponent, though.
Yeah, DTs is another way you can get back into the game. RSVP is really good at being behind. Or he's not. Okay, that sounded bad. RSVP is really good in situation where he's behind to get back ahead with DTs, which is the Day 9 mantra of Protoss, of course, but it works in Starbow too.
Yeah, absolutely, man. DT's just been an essential part of StarCraft since the beginning of times, causing much woe to many new players.
Here comes
really
the
big flock of Mutas here. He got the Scourge.
Oh, no!
Oh, wow, what a hit with the Scourge. That was phenomenal. He's going to have to micro this away. And this is looking really bad for our Protoss player here.
And he had enough Corsairs to deal with that, but he just needed to micro them. Okay, he's trying to bait him into the cannon so he can kill the Scourges that way. That's really good. I mean Scourge, or however I pronounce that. Trying
in
to
the
get a
meantime, we have the fight out in the front at the same time, so microing on two fronts here. He's trying to get rid of this Templar Archives before the storm finishes. The Corsairs are pushing him away to some extent. They're clumping up a lot. A bunch of Zealots are here.
Zealots have arrived.
Attack the Mutas.
If
Probably
he can just like
issue.
sneak in a couple of shots, oh, never mind. With the Corsairs, he could actually, like, these are very damaged Mutalisks now, and he's getting an Archon, which is a very good idea, but he's going to lose this Templar Archive, and that is unfortunate. On the front there, the DTs clean up the Zerglings, though, so that's quite nice for watzkuhs, but he has lost some workers, and he's lost the Templar Archives.
Very much out of position to defend his third base right now. Does Dragonei know? He absolutely does not, but it seems like his game sense is going crazy, and he knows the cannon's not going to be up for a while. This is a lot of Zerglings, and the Protoss is way out of position here. He's going to lose his third, and potentially from here this game, it's going to be really difficult for him to come back from this. He's been stuck on 2 base for a long time now. He's more than half out in his natural. He's running out in his main, and the Zerg's been on 3 base for a while.
Yeah, like the Zerg can't straight up kill his opponent right now, but I don't know if there's any way watzkuhs can come back from this. This is a very rough situation. Now, I was gonna say Dragonei at least doesn't have a 4th base, but as I'm saying that, he's taking his 4th base. So
yeah, really smart move. He's got the map control to do it, and this is the Protoss move. He's gonna move out. He's got his whole army here. He really needs to make something happen with this attack. At least delay long enough to get a 3rd up, so he can get his economy, you know, in a long-term state. Right now, it's not too big of a deal. But long term, he really needs to have that economy. Picking off some Zealots, hopefully. There it is. There's one.
I love
really
this.
Nice micro.
I love this movement from the Mutalist. You know, he's not microing back towards his base. He's microing towards some random location instead to make sure that the army doesn't attack. I really like that from the Mutalist. Cutting to the right instead of to the north. That was really smart.
And again, the 3rd is going to be canceled. What is he going to do about this? Every time he tries to move out, the Zerg's got his number. Sends the Mutas in. Pulls him out in the direction. Nice little split here.
Let's see if he can...
Oh, I don't know how well it's going to work out.
Oh, he does not want to attack that.
Back.
Archons plus Corsairs kill Mutalisks so fast. There's nothing better versus Mutas than that, I think. In the meantime, though, the Zerglings are just going to run to the natural, and they're going to do a ton of damage if it doesn't clog up that hole, and it hasn't. And
the DT's trying to get there in time, but it does not. They're running through. DT's doing a lot of damage. He's actually going to pull back.
He is.
Playing it safe for the time being.
He didn't have
guess
to
what
commit.
happened? The 3rd got canceled again. He's going to try to build his 3rd for the 19th time, I think it is now. The 19th time he's trying to get this 3rd up. Probably
like
very
a decimal
frustrating
number.
situation for him.
But yeah. Well, an interesting thing to point out though, watzkuhs still doesn't have any observers or any detection whatsoever. So if his opponent had made a couple of lurkers, he would have been super safe. But watzkuhs is for the first time on the top half of the map is actually putting on some pressure. He's going to kill a ton of overlords at least. And this might be a good timing for watzkuhs if it's going to make anything happen.
The
Mutalisks!
All the Mutas are dying! That Ultralisk was completely alone. Oh my god, his entire Mutalisk flock just dropped. Not splitting off the Mutalisk. Maybe a fatal error here. He's pushing right in for the main. He's got some Ultralisks up, but is this going to be enough? His detection is gone. Those DTs are doing work. And this is potentially a fatal blow. watzkuhs, like, after all of this time being behind, just coming in, Ultralisk Cavern, really bad position there, right out in the open. It's going to go down. He's going to try to make Overseers, but the Corsair DT combo from Brood War is alive in Starbow, and the Overseers are going to be gone.
That was a crazy fast turnaround. I would say watzkuhs is ahead now, and I don't even know how that happened. And since all the Overseers are gone, all these DTs could just go in and slaughter... No, okay, no, never mind. There's a Spore Crawler. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and the Spore Crawler is all he's got, and he's actually sending the DT out to the other bases.
So
and
if he can kill
actually
this...
finished his 3rd. He's making the transition now. He pulled it off. He did the damage in just enough time. If he had done that damage later, he wouldn't be able to make the transfer in time, and he'd be really hurting on economy. But as it is, he's making the transfer in time. He just took out a base of the Zerg. And what is the response here?
It's really important that he kill that 3rd base. Like, sure, he killed a lot of army from Dragonei, but he didn't do any economic damage until now. So if he wants to stay ahead in this game, because Dragonei, look at his bank now. He's been supply blocked for so long now. He finally has a bank now. He really should make a ton of units before he loses more overlords. I don't like this. Dragonei, use your bank. There we go. 24 Zerglings incoming. I don't know if that's going to do anything, but
I don't think it's going to do anything at all. Corsairs taking out the Overseers.
Now the Zerglings do have metabolic boost and adrenal glands, and adrenal glands just got a buff in 2 patches ago to actually match Brood War adrenal glands, so it's pretty fierce now. So those Zerglings might actually do something.
Yeah, these Corsairs are not being contested at all. The Queen gonna do some enrage, but it doesn't look like it's dealing enough damage. Oh, runs into the Spore Crawler. Don't want to lose any Corsairs here. That's really his ticket to the dominance of this game. Those DTs can do as much work as he wants anywhere on the map as long as he has his Corsair fleet killing off all the Overseers.
Yeah, I would have liked to see a couple of Scourgers from Dragonei, but right now, again, he's supply blocked. But in the meantime, though, he's getting up a couple of bases. If watzkuh wanted to like seal the deal here, he should have sent out like a couple of DTs everywhere on the map and just be super annoying, and I think that would have pulled Dragonei apart, especially at this state of the game. But like someone in chat pointed out, though, Dragonei only has 32 workers at this time, and that's really, really not the place you want to be in. It's called the seafiest place to be in. I play Zerg, and I do it all the time. And believe me, it's not very fun, especially not on 7 bases. But anyway, he's killing another Overseer. And watzkuh is finally getting the Robo Bay up, which is very important.
What is going to be coming out of that Robo Bay?
I think it's just going to be observers, to be honest. I think he's just a little bit scared of lurkers, since he hasn't had any detection all day long. But he might just throw out a couple of Reavers too. Reavers are really good. Ooh, a lot of Scourgers going to chase those.
Giving chase.
You can micro versus that, but he doesn't really have to be honest. He just has to be careful.
Yeah, and the Scourge seem to have a slightly, ever so slightly higher speed than the Corsair, so given infinite amount of time, it looks like, ooh, nice little kiting there.
Oh, it's 0.01 difference in speed.
So small. Oh, wow, great.
That's
he's gotten a critical. Oh God!
Careful!
Just as I was saying, he has a critical mass. Oh, what's that green stuff? What's going on with the Scourge? Do they have an ability?
Yeah, they do. Once they deal damage, they have a tiny kind of. It's not a splash damage, but it's splash eventually damage. It's like a splash effect that deals a little bit damage over time.
That's pretty cool. Corsair fleet's still alive. They're going to make a big move into the natural right now.
But he's going to sacrifice his.
The economy is hurting. Potentially some tech. Oh my God! I didn't even realize how many Dragoons he had made. That army is really scary.
See,
but in the meantime, the economy has been completely ripped apart.
Yeah, that's true. Dragonei's actually ahead in workers now. The thing is, though, like, Dragonei's got to be a little bit careful. Sure, he can do this run by, he can kill a lot of workers, but he's not going to get any army for it. And right now, the army of watzkuh is just growing stronger and stronger, and the army of Dragonei is basically non-existent. It's 28 army supply versus 106. So I feel if watzkuh just pushed across the map now, he'd just win the game, because...
Yeah, he's got his nice wall over at the third. He's trying to make himself, I think, counterattack proof, and just moving forward. I don't think a couple of Zerglings and Ultralisk will be able to take this massive Protoss army.
He's finally getting a Hydra Den, and I think Hydralisks... I don't know, I've seen a lot of Zergling Lurkers, Zergling Ultra, style versus Protoss, and it seems like you almost, at some point, need some Hydralisks in your composition. That Photon Cannon, man, is very well placed. And Chrono to deal maximum damage. But this is very important what Dragonei is doing right now. It's buying him time to delay the eventual push so he can get some Ultralisk up, he can get some more units up, because right now he has so much bank, but he doesn't have an Ultralisk cavern. It's almost there. He can make so many Ultralisks once this is done.
Alright, the Hydras are on the way, 3-3 and the Ultra Cavern also on the way. Throwing down some static defenses is our Zerg player to try and hold on to this. He's got a nice little Scourge fleet, so it should be able to deal with...
Split it up, though. If the Corsairs hit like the middle of that, they kill like everything in seconds. It's so important to split up the Scourgers versus the Corsairs. Oh, and the DTs were going around the map. I suggested it, and he listened. Very good.
Yes, he heard you from the ether.
Or from the stream. Turn off the stream, people. Okay, but no, sending out DTs to check for bases is not uncommon, and the Ultralisk Cavern gonna go down again.
Wow,
he has like
damage coming in. This is the Hive right here. He's a little bit hesitant about going in. He knows he might be in a really bad position.
Oh, sweet! He's got
the
disruption web going on. Oh, nice storm.
Oh wow, the Corsairs make it out pretty well. A lot of these Dragoons are left, and it looks like a really good position. Another storm on me. Oh, and it's victory for our Protoss player.
GG.
Dragonei finally gives up and lets it go.